Computer. All right, hey everyone, welcome again to our Amazon for Beginners Masterclass. And tonight we're gonna do pretty much the same thing. Look at different products. I'm gonna explain to you guys my 3-step process. And yeah, we'll just flow. I'll share my screen with you guys. I'll show you guys my process, and then we'll just flow, and I'll answer your questions too at the end of the Zoom, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, so there's different ways to sell on Amazon, right? So there's online arbitrage, there's private label, there's wholesale. There's different ways, but ultimately we're just all selling products. So the specific model that I do is called online arbitrage. So it's 100% online. I buy products from online retailers. I ship it to a third-party prep center. They pack and prep it, and they ship it to Amazon, right? I like this because I use it can be done from home or anywhere. It's 100% online. It's not really time consuming. It's perfect for busy people. So I'll show you guys some examples of what I do. So hold on. So for example, this one, right? This one is a product from cyberwall.com. And the price of the product is $217. And the same product is on Amazon for about $870. So now that I found the product, what I do is I do buy a few pieces of the product. I usually buy like 5 to 10 pieces to like test it. I buy it and then I ship it to my third-party prep center in Oregon. They pack and prep their products, and then from there they ship it to Amazon. It's also in Oregon because in Oregon there's no sales tax. So depending on where you're at, and in the US, you're saving up to like 9-10%, right, in sales tax. So yeah. And then for people like Hugo, for example, he does his own packing and prepping. So you also have the option to buy the product online, right? Have it shipped to your house, and then you do your packing and prepping yourself and ship it to Amazon. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. It works. It's just, I think, a matter of like preference. So like I said, right, if you're busy and you want 100% online business, I think having a prep center is the way to go. So was that clear to you guys? All right. And then from here,
Yeah, that was good.
yeah. And then from here, I run my numbers. So now that I see the product, right, I gotta double check the data first before I buy anything. So I use this software called Seller Amp. Where's my Seller Amp? 1 second. Not here. Seller Amp. Where's my Seller Amp? Oh man. Sorry, guys, 1 second. What happened to my Seller Amp? Hold on. Oh wow. It's not here in my browser anymore. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Seller Amp. Why is this off? Okay. All right, sorry about that. Right there. Okay, it's back there. All right. So from here, you take your product cost, right, which is $217, and then you plug it here on your Seller Amp. So you plug 217 here on your cost price, and then on your selling price, you're gonna plug Amazon's price, which is 870 right there. And then from here, you're gonna run the numbers. So the main data points that I look at is usually the sales per month, the ROI, and the number of other sellers on the listing, right? So for this instance, this product is giving me a low ROI. So usually if it's below 20%, I skip the product unless I see like other, other things that are good with the product. So for this one, it's giving me a 12% ROI, right? So from here, I just check. Um, yeah, this one has a really low ROI, so this one's gonna be a skip. Do you guys agree? So to me, if anything is under 20% ROI, it's not worth my investment, right? It's just way too low. So for this one, I'm just gonna put skip on my sheet here because the ROI is too low, right? Skip, ROI is too low. You guys agree?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because you don't want to be making like 28 cents per sale.
Yeah, especially when the item goes down in price, you don't want to lower the price and lower your ROI.
Yeah, exactly. So I try to at least go for at least 20% ROI. That way I have some type of cushion, right? If the price fluctuates. So all right, next product. Oh, right there. All right, so next product. I forgot to mention earlier this one is sold out. Okay, this one we're gonna skip because it's sold out. This one's sold out, so I'm gonna skip this one. Next product. Okay, so this one is a chain connector. So this product is okay. So side note, if you guys see this from your supplier, it says get exclusive updates and offers plus 10% off your first order, right? So I would provide them with your email, and that way you guys get the 10% off discount. So this one is $5.99. $5.99. And then you're getting an additional 10% off, right? From the supplier. So under discounts, you put 10% off right there. And then you just run the numbers. So this one is good because it's giving you a 77% ROI on your money. It also has 456 sales a month. And then from here, you look at the competition. And then you decide, right? Are you guys willing to buy this product that's selling 459 times a month? It's giving you a minimum of 7-8% ROI. So let's see in the chat. So I'll repeat the data points, right? So this product has 450 plus sales a month. It's giving you a 7-8% ROI minimum. And there's this much sellers on the listing right there. So about 9 people. Let's see in the chat. Would you guys buy it? So Hugo said, yes, that's a good product. Okay. All right. So yes, I do agree this is a good product because this product is selling a lot. It's selling at 450 times a month. It's giving you a high ROI also. 70%. Wait a second. It's probably 2-pack. Oh, okay. This one is a 2-pack. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this is good. It's a good one. So where is that? That's right here. It's a good product to buy. We'll do a test buy of 10 pieces. All right, next product. So this one is 281 from a supplier. This one is a pack of 3. So we're gonna do 281 times 3, right? Times 3. So that's 843 right here, 843. And then again, we do the same thing again. So this product has 144 sales a month, it's giving you 70% ROI. And from here, we look at the other sellers. And then we decide, right? So are you guys willing to buy a product that's selling 144 times a month with this many sellers on the listing? And it's giving you a 68% ROI minimum. Let's see in the chat. Would you guys buy it? So 144 sales a month with this many people on the listing. And it's giving you a minimum of 68% ROI. So you goes a yes. I think Sean says he's not sure. Okay. Yeah, so to me this is good because there's enough sales volume, right? 144 sales a month. And I think the ratio between the sales per month and the number of sellers is pretty good. And plus, you're getting a 68% ROI minimum too, which is really high, right? So to me, this is a good product. So let's put good product. Good ratio with sales per month and competition. High ROI. Next product. This one are tampons. Okay. Okay, so this website is giving you a 20% off code here, discount code. So I would provide your email and then get the code for 20% off. This one's out of stock, but we're still gonna run the numbers. 749, okay. So how many pieces? So 40 count, okay. This one says 20, right? 20 pieces. So for this to be 40 pieces, we need to buy 2 of them, right? So now we're gonna take 749 times 2. It's 1498, right? 1498 right there. And then your sale price is about $31 or $32.50. It kind of fluctuates, so we'll just put $32.50 here. So it's giving you, oh wait, so plus 20%, right? You're getting 20% discount too. So on our discounts, put 20%. So now you're getting 66% ROI on this product. This product is selling 1,357 times a month. This one is a variation though, where it says right there in seller M, it says V variation. So now you're gonna have to go down here on your variations tab, and then you check the exact sales per variation. Right there, check it. And then from here, you're gonna have to do some math. So this exact variation is getting 72% of all the sales. So now you're gonna take 72% of this number. So 1,357 times 72. So now you're getting so this exact variation is getting 977 sales a month. Did you guys get that part? With the variation? So 977 sales a month. With this many people on the listing. And you're getting a minimum of 56% ROI right there. Would you guys do it?
Yeah.
So Sean,
Yes.
okay.
Where's my damn chat?
Yeah, Sean is a yes. Hugo is a yes. Okay, I agree. Yeah, this one's good because you're getting 977 sales a month, right? So there's enough, or there's a lot of sales volume happening with this. There's also like not a lot of sellers on the listing compared to the sales volume. So 13, I'm sorry, sellers, not sales. So there's only 13 other sellers on the listing. And then you have 977 sales a month, right? So the ratio between the sales per month versus the number of sellers is really good. And plus you're getting a really high ROI of 56% minimum, right? So to me, this is a good product. Where's that? This one. Vita cost Lola. Tampons are right there. It's a good product.
Luis, could you go back? Could you go back to the variation again and on seller amp and find out how much it's selling? I missed that part.
Oh, okay. So here, right, you would like when you see variation here,
Yeah.
it's V on seller amp. So now you would go to variations right there.
Okay.
Hold on, let me refresh the page. So variation right there. So I
Yeah.
would go to variations here on seller amp and then check it. And then from here, you're gonna get a percentage. So for this one,
Oh.
that's 72%. So this exact variation is getting 72% of all the sales.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I've been doing a deal. I've been
Huh?
using Keepa, but Keepa doesn't give you a percentage. You have to go by rating.
Yeah, it's the same concept though with Keepa. Yeah, so I would go here if you want, and then go with the
Yeah.
this one right there.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the way I've been doing it. I didn't know the seller amp had one.
Yeah. So I mean they're just estimates anyway, so I would still do a test buy, right? To be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with Seller M, that's how we do it. And then we keep it's here, right? So variations and then under ratings. And then you take the percentage. So
Got it. Thanks.
I guess we're gonna do one more. Oh, this one's sold out. Not this one. I guess this one. So this one is 1235. So 1235, right there. And the selling price is about $29. So you're getting a 29% ROI over here. So you're getting 200 sales a month. It's a variation. So you go to variation. Right there, variations. You pick the exact variation right there, check it. So this exact variation is getting 22% of all the sales, right? So 22% of 200 is about 44. So this exact variation is getting 44 sales a month. And there's 8 other sellers on the listing. And you're getting a minimum of 30% ROI. Would you guys do it? So 44 sales a month with this many people on the listing. And you're getting a 30% ROI minimum on your per sale. So I think Sean says 50-50. Would you guys do it? Let's see in the chat. So you use a yes, okay. Yeah, this one I would say is gonna be a slow moving product, I would say. Because you're only getting 44 sales a month, right? I mean, the number of sellers is pretty decent. But then again, if you look at the inventory here, right? There's a lot of inventory here. So I think their product's gonna move, but it's gonna move at a slower pace because of everyone else's inventory level right there. Which I think it's okay if you're patient, right? If you're patient, this is a good product, it's okay. Because you're getting a minimum of 30% ROI anyway. And then let me go, I guess, one level deeper. I mean, look at the Keepa chart too. And on the Keepa chart, you can kind of look too, right? I mean, the price is, I mean, somehow stable. It's kind of dropping here though. So this can be like a potential concern because the price is dropping. So I usually zoom out too and just dig deeper, right? And see, yeah, this one's not really for beginners, but you know, I'll just take like an extra step here. So if you look at the year, right, it was stable for like many months. You guys see it? And then recently it's been kind of declining in price. So this is gonna be a red flag, I would say, because the price was stable, and then from here it kind of crashed. You got lower and lower, and then also up here, or down here, I mean, your number of sellers are also increasing, right? They went from 2 to 4 sellers, and that's going up and up. So this one might tank in price based on the historical data, but I think it's still pretty decent because the first 5 sellers are pretty much the same price. So, I mean, there's some risk to this, but so I'll just put decent product. So I will do a test buy of 5 pieces. So I'll do it as 5 pieces.
So is it compared to like a penny stock?
Huh? What, Sean? Sean? Oh, what was that? Okay. Yeah, so I'll say this is a decent product, and I'll do a test buy of 5 to be safe. Because I feel like 5 pieces would still be sold. So questions? Any questions, you guys? Hey, Sean.
I guess So generally, Lewis, what kind of ROI do you feel comfortable with? I was noticing that you weren't very happy with the 20%, and you didn't seem to be very positive even about the 30. You were looking for more like a 45 to 50% ROI. Am I correct? Or am I getting that wrong?
I mean, this ideal. Yeah, it's really ideal. So I look at other factors, but I usually go for a minimum of 20%. Yeah, 20% is going to be my, I guess, bottom. And then I guess for like higher ticket products, like for example, like electronics, right? I mean, I can go as low as like 15%, just because the dollar amount is going to be bigger, right? For like higher ticket products.
Just out of curiosity, does your ROI depend upon, say, like the time you've been in business, the amount of capital you have, the more ability you have to take risks? You all factor that into putting it into your shop? Like if you just were starting out today, you go, oh, go for the 15%. You'd be like, don't do that.
Yeah, I would say for the smaller sellers with limited capital, you can be more picky. But for people who are scaling and if they have bigger capital, like you have to be less picky with ROI just because you gotta spend the money, right? Does that make sense? So depending on where you're at, and also like your like how you perceive money too, right? Like what is even like good to you? Because I'm just saying like a random number. I'm saying, oh well, 20% is good to me, but then to you guys, like what is a good number to you guys? It can be different for you guys too, right? Because ultimately you're spending your money. So I'm just giving you guys a baseline, but it's gonna be up to you like how you look at the money. So does that make sense? Yeah. So for someone who has, let's say, 100,000 in capital, right? They can be less picky about their products because they can go for a lower ROI and still make a lot of money because they're going for volume.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's
Yeah, versus for someone who has
$2,000 of capital. I'm just throwing out a number.
right versus someone who has, let's say, like 7,000 in capital. I mean, they have to be extremely like picky with their purchase because it's better to go for higher ROI products just because you're so limited with your capital. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then also your patience level, like how patient are you? Because the lower you lower your price, the quicker you sell the product.
Well, as I'm watching this, I can get the idea that it just takes time, like anything. Like, say, for example, I used to work at a convenience store. The first day I walked in and they hadn't put me in front of a register, it was like looking at a foreign language. Okay? But after 6 months, this thing was my bitch. To be honest with you, I had it. Same thing with this kind of stuff. You just got to get really good at what you're looking at, and all you're going like, that worked, that won't work, that won't. Am I in the right area? And I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, the last 6 months, I'm starting to get my head back again and wrapping around this stuff, and I'm like going like, okay, I need to start doing some things here. So I'm trying to figure out what's up and what's down.
Oh yeah, it's just practice. The more you look at it, I mean, because we're like really just looking at two softwares, right? Keepa and Seller Amp. And then I guess as you go for as you get more experience, you get more intuition too. Because you keep seeing the same product and look at the same data. So you just kind of get better with your decision making. So yes, it takes practice and experience.
I don't want to keep asking all the questions, but I'm gonna
keep asking. It's fun.
I'm just curious, just like as I'm watching here, see, Lewis, when I lost my hearing, the biggest challenge, I'm sure you know what audio, visual kind of setup, we've all heard this kind of stuff again. Okay. I was a very high video or high visual, very high audio, meaning like if you called me on the phone and let's say you were down the hall, I'd rather walk down and talk to you personally than actually have you call me. And if I couldn't actually get to you, I would have you call me. So the last thing I ever wanted you to ever do was send me a text because text just drove me nuts. I was like, we're passing notes again in school. This is ridiculous. That's just what I thought of it. So you've got so many videos and so much information. In your opinion, your suggestions as being like a mentor, teacher, instructor, I would like to start learning. And the way I have to do it now, Louis, is a little more challenging because I have to read everything and then try to follow. So it's basically becoming, at first, it was so overwhelming, but I'm getting better at it. Lots of times, my friend, what I do is I have to go to a video, which is sometimes why I don't attend the online trainings because things are getting taught so fast that I basically just end up in overwhelm because I can't figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I go to the videos, and what I do is, depending upon the information, I'll slow it down to like 50% and just read it real carefully and watch and then go back. I hate it because I'm not a very patient person. What would you suggest to start learning your process?
I mean, I would just go through her videos, really. I mean, the recorded ones, if that's easier for you. Yeah, that's a good place to start. I mean, people in my higher level of mentorship, I do provide them with their products too. So I do help them pick products. So, I try to make it as easy as possible for them. So that's what I do with my higher level mentorship. Yeah, it's part of what they paid for. I do provide them with their products, and then I help them pick products. So it's a lot easier, with that way.
So basically just jump on your YouTube channel and just start going through all of your products and the ones that you've got on here too. Okay. And just out of curiosity, this is going to sound kind of stupid, but I'm not a big hands-on guy. What is this level 1, level 2 thing? How do you level up to this stuff? Do I have to say, hey, how you doing? Or, I mean, like someone says, oh, you can't access this until you're at level 5. And I'm like, what?
Oh, you mean on school? On school, you mean?
Yeah, on school. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's just engagement. Like the more you engage, like leave comments, like certain posts, it kind of bumps you up. It's like a video game. So the more you engage, the more
commenting like, hey, I really like that. That's really cool. And like that. Is that all considered engagement?
Yeah. So likes and comments.
Really?
And then if you watch the videos, it gives you like points too. Yeah, it's like a video game. So
yeah, I didn't know that. I was just like, I kept noticing things were like, well, you can't get into this because you're not level 20. I'm like thinking to myself, well, how the hell do I get to level 20? What are you even talking about? So, okay. So it's all about engagement and stuff like that.
yeah.
So it's about the ranking systems you see on the scoreboard when you look at them.
Yeah.
Like you were at number 1 for a bit. Jackie was at number 1, and there was that other girl that I haven't seen her for a long time. She was there for the longest period of time. I don't know where she is now, but I haven't seen her in a while. I think
Was it
Crystal
Crystal?
Mills or something like that.
Crystal?
Yeah, Jim Burbridge. I mean, she was like always number 1. She would comment on everything.
It was Crystal. Yeah. She stopped using school, I think. I don't know what happened to her, but yeah. Awesome, bro. Does anyone have a question? Anyone else?
Yeah, I have a question, Luis.
Have you go?
So with the what you just covered with the sales per month, do you also focus on BSR, or do you just do sales per month?
No, I don't look at BSR.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, I just look at the sales per month versus number of sellers.
Ah, okay. So the bestseller ranking, it doesn't really matter when you're looking for items then?
I mean, some people care about it. I really don't, because I like to look at the ratio between the sales per month versus number of sellers.
Ah, okay.
It doesn't matter if it has like 100, like 1,000 sales, right? If there's like 100 people in there anyway.
Yeah. So it really just matters on the amount of people they're selling in and the amount of times it's selling. Okay.
Right. Or a product can have like 20 sales a month, and then there's 2 other people, on the listing.
Well, yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. BSR does. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So a product with 20 sales a month is going to have a higher BSR, right? So people tend to skip it. But then really, if you dig deeper, what if there's only 2-3 people in there? It's so good.
Yeah. That's what I've been. Yeah. Because I've been looking at the BSR. And if it's not a high BSR, I just pass on it. but I'm gonna start checking on the amount of sellers that are selling too.
Yeah, I actually like well, products with low sales per month because people tend to stay away from me.
Oh, I see.
So it's like the opposite way of thinking, right?
Yeah. So the higher you avoid them, the lower you go for it.
Well, if it's selling low per month and the number of sellers are decent, I usually buy them just because people are afraid of buying products that that have a low sales per month. Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Got it. So yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
So, any more questions? You got more, Sean? We can keep going. It doesn't matter. How about you, Dion?
No, at the
Bro?
moment I don't. Thanks. I appreciate you so much, my friend. I'll jump on your websites and jump on Skoll here and just start getting familiar with the lay of the land, which will help me
Yeah, of
out extremely.
course.
So
It's pretty simple, right? It's just really numbers. You just look at the
and
numbers.
if I have a question that I just can't figure out, I'll just shoot you a note and saying, look, this has got me just stumped.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So no more questions, you guys? You sure? You sure?
Actually, Luis, I did have one last question. So
Okay.
all these products that you just showed us, you're finding them all through front store stocking, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, storefront stocking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably the best way to do it. Okay.
yeah. I got a VA team who looks for products for me, so they give me a list of products every day, and then I pick the ones that I like.
Okay.
Well, that's next level, like when you like learn how to like do it on your own.
Yeah, no,
You can
that's what
create
I'm
systems.
that's what I'm doing right now. Front store stocking. The
Hmm.
only problem with that is when I find an item that sells really well, I have an issue finding the website because I do Google shopping and it doesn't show me where they got it at a clearance price.
Yeah, you're gonna have to dig, right? It's very time
Yeah, you
consuming.
kind of have to go through like Shopify stores and find them at that discounted rate. So, but that's hard to do. I still want to learn how to do that, like dig in more and find the item.
Yeah, and that's why at some point you gotta like delegate it because it's just so hard to find these products, right?
Yeah,
It's a lot of time and detail to find one product.
right. Yeah, no, yeah,
Then
that
if you
makes sense.
find
Yep,
it, you gotta run the numbers too. The numbers need to make sense. So
yep, yeah,
there's really
that's
a
true.
lot of hurdles with it. So unless you have a lot of time, you can do it manually. But later you have to delegate that part for sure.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
It's gonna be hard
My
to scale.
yeah,
So
that's a level I want to get into. Just hiring a VA to do all the work, and I just go through all the stuff that they find me and see if it's good or not.
yeah, exactly. So how do we meet, by the way? You go from YouTube or what? From school or?
Actually, I found you from YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, I
nice.
found you
Okay.
from YouTube. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for watching my videos, bro.
Ah, yeah, you're all.
That.
I follow a couple of YouTubers out there, but you're actually the only one that actually does like live calls.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's what I joined this channel.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. I
Yeah,
try
you're
to help
welcome.
the best that I can. So
What's that?
I try my best to help you guys. The best that I
Yeah,
can.
man, it helps a lot. I actually like it because I can actually talk to someone live, and you've been answering all my questions too. So that's always good.
Thanks, man. You have more questions or you good?
I'm good. Thank you.
You guys good? No more questions? All right. I guess we're good then. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Appreciate you guys for being here.
Bye, Luis.
Yeah. Bye bye.